Hi, Bob Moody here from Diligent Home Inspections. This video is one of my early attempts at finding ways to help you take care of your home. In this particular case, you can think of me as Bob Moody, the veteran firefighter of 32 years, because what I'm going to talk to you about today is something that is critical to home life safety and to protecting your investment. Specifically, what I'm going to talk about is how to determine the age of smoke detectors. Now, you might ask, why bother? Why is that important to me? Well, the National Fire Protection Association and the manufacturers of smoke detectors have long told us that smoke detectors are only good for about 10 years. After that, they're not reliable, so they should be replaced at 10 years. As a Maryland home inspector, driven by the home inspector standards of performance, the only thing that I am required to tell you is that there are in fact the correct number of home smoke detectors, or there aren't, and that they're properly located, and that is it. I don't test them, I don't determine the age, I don't tell you what kind they are or anything else. I'm not required to do that, and so that's not something that you would typically find in my report. So let's use this house as an example, and I'll kind of walk through and I'll explain to you what the benefits are, and then I'll show you how it is that you can determine the age of some smoke detectors. So let's say that this is a home, either one that you want to sell, or it's a home that you're considering purchasing. So this is a two-story townhome in kind of a mountain chalet design. There's lots of wood here, so lots of fuel. It's about 1,000 square feet. You can see there's a smoke detector in the bedroom. It's down about 4 inches from the attic, or I'm sorry, from the ceiling. So that's good. That's where there's supposed to be one in each bedroom, and it's supposed to be somewhere between 4 and 12 inches from the ceiling. Same thing here, lots of wood paneling on all the walls, and again, smoke detector down about 4 inches from the ceiling. So we'll assume that those have been tested, that you push the alarm, and remember there's two components to a smoke detector. There is the alarm, and there is the sensing canister. Okay. So here's a third one, and it's open because I'm going to use this for demonstration purposes. But let's look at the rest of the house. This smoke detector, you can see, is down from a cathedral ceiling, so it's probably a good 7 feet from the ceiling. And remember, I said they need to be somewhere in the range of 4 to 12 inches down. What you may or may not know about smoke is that basically when you have a fire, the smoke rises to the highest level in the house, it banks down, and eventually creeps through to other parts of the house. So you can see that if it has enough time, if it can burn long enough for it to come down 7 feet, there's going to be a substantial amount of fire that's already built up in this structure. And what's going to burn? Well, look at that wall covering. Okay, that's tongue and groove, looks like knotty pine planks on the walls. Same thing up on the ceiling, and there you can see it's a cathedral ceiling. All right, more out here, same thing. Okay. The back wall of this structure is exposed post and beam construction, so there's all wood members there that obviously would burn. Some of the architectural features, things like this railing, obviously all dimension grade lumber, which would burn. You see the furniture here is wood crate. As we head downstairs, well, look up there to start with. You can see there's one of the beams that's helping to support the structure that supports the roof. And then here's a second beam, and this is what's supporting portions of the second floor. All right, and then what's right underneath these two beams is a freestanding wood-burning fireplace, and with the flue pipe running right straight up through the middle. So what we have is a great source of ignition, and we've got plenty of fuel. So you can see that it'd be pretty critical then to have a smoke detector that actually works. So let's take a look at this one and find out if it's going to do the job or not. So this smoke detector is manufactured by a company called Family Guard. Now, ever since 1999, Underwriters Laboratory has required that the date or the year that these things were manufactured has to be posted in a prominent location, either on the back or on the inside. So as you look at this, you shouldn't. There's no place on here where there's any kind of a date. I open it up. Same thing inside. No date. All right. But what we do find is an old dating code here, which is the way that they used to identify when these things were manufactured. So you can see there's an 8-digit number here. The first 4 digits, 8259, indicate when it was manufactured. The 8 represents the last digit in the year of manufacture, and then the remaining 3 digits indicate what day of the year. So I'm going to assume, just for safety's sake, that this was, well, I know that it was manufactured before 1999, so I'm going to assume that that 8 represents 1998. And then 259 would be the 259th day of the year, so that would make it September 6th, or I'm sorry, September 16th of 1998. Now, further evidence of that you probably won't be able to see is there's a little warning stamped here in the plastic, and it says, "Warning, replace detector by the year 2008. So knowing that 10 years is the life expectancy of these things, then that reinforces that gives me more evidence that this was manufactured in 1998. This is 2015. It's a 17-year-old smoke detector. So that means this has been unreliable for at least the last 7 years, if not before that. Not to mention the fact, as I pointed out before, it's poorly placed. Some other things I can identify. This is the detection canister. There's a little propeller on there, so I know that that's radioactive material in there. This is an ionizing type of smoke detector. It's a single station, because you can see that it's not connected either by Bluetooth technology or by wires to any of the other smoke detectors. So that means that this one can go off, but the others may not be activated. And it's battery operated, so you know that you'd have to test this on a monthly basis to make sure that it's still working properly. But again, testing it only verifies that there's enough juice to power the alarm. It has nothing to do with verifying that the detection module is actually working correctly. So now that we've determined what the age of this is, we know that if you're purchasing this home, or if you're selling this home, that those smoke detectors are going to be inadequate. Oops, there we go. I shot on my belly. Anyway, those smoke detectors are not going to be adequate, and they're going to need to be replaced by whoever. Beyond that, if you were to choose to replace these, which you should, then some of the best technology that's available out there now is wireless Bluetooth technology, so you can have interconnected smoke detectors. You set them much the same as you do a garage door opener. Just set the code on each one of them so they're all the same, and that way when any one goes off, then they all go off together. And that's the best form of protection that's available. If you like this information and want to read more about it, this was obtained from an article on the website for the U.S. Fire Administration. The full text can be viewed online. Here's the address at www.usfa.fema.gov/downloads, and you can find the article there specifically telling you how to go about aging your smoke detectors. With that, I'll call this a day. Hopefully this has been helpful to you. As always, we want you to be fire safe in your home. If you have a need for a home inspector, I would hope that you give us a thought. If you have any questions about this, you can go to the same website. There's a place where you can contact me. Send me any questions that you have. It doesn't cost you a penny. Whether you're selling or buying a house, or if you just want some information about how to care for your home, you can always ask. Thanks for your time, and have a fire safe season.